And that's kind of where LocalMind came about, is creating actual value out of location-based services. Like you said, Foursquare is fun for a while, but what's the point after a while? And that's where our goal here is actual value, day-to-day value out of all this power that they've created.
What did you learn by being at South by Southwest, or either one of you? Because you were one of the few companies that launched at South by and did a pretty good job of getting noticed.
Thanks to you in a lot of ways. I appreciate that. So I was there. Bo wasn't there, unfortunately. So one thing we learned is people love the idea. The other thing we learned, the main question that we had when we first launched, is are people actually going to answer questions? Do we have to gamify the heck out of this to encourage them? Do we have to pay people to answer? And we learned people love answering questions. The biggest complaint we hear is, I don't get enough questions. I don't earn enough karma, which is a point system that we have. I want more questions. I want to help more people. I check into Foursquare more often now because of LocalMind. So those are the things that we learned.
What's the use case that you find people are really attracted to?
That's a good question. Typically, it's a lot of the kind of social things. People want to know where they can go meet other people. So it's a lot of kind of bars, a lot of clubs, restaurants, that kind of thing. But like Lenny mentioned, the big thing is information that may not be publicly available, like iPad 2s in stock. You know, it's certain Apple stores, that kind of thing. And a feature we released just this morning on our new iPhone client is the ability to follow up a question and answer with a conversation. So I think people are going to take that in interesting directions of, if you ask a question at a venue and you get a good answer, maybe you want to ask that person another question, maybe you want to actually go down to the venue and meet that person, whether it's personal or professional or business or otherwise.
It's a good way to ask people who are like at Great America over here, how long's the line, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we see a lot of Disneyland questions. That's kind of the use case I was using before we started writing this, is people find out how long the line is in Magic Mountain, and people are totally doing it, which is amazing.
What's next for you guys?
So right now it's all about growth, get enough users on the system to make it more and more useful. The thing that we hear from users is there's not enough people in my city. I want more people, and so we're going to make it easier to invite people. We're adding a lot of virality to the new release. We had to cut that in order to launch its Alpha and then relaunch here. So growth, density, and then the next step is retention, giving them more reason to come back to the app. There's a lot of value right now, but there could be a lot more value out of the platform that we're creating. We opened up our API yesterday, and so we're going to hope that other people do interesting things with it. So it's an API on top of a whole bevy of other APIs. So that's a pretty interesting thought.
Are you going to hook into other systems where people are doing other kinds of local behaviors, like food spotting? I'm taking pictures of food. I'm using Intune now to check into TV when I'm at a bar and watching the Giants or watching at home. And so people can see a different context of what is going on in the location that you're asking about.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Our vision is omniscience as a service, to know what's happening anywhere. And that makes a lot of sense. Is to just, the vision that we have is, don't even ask a question. We have the answer for you before you even answer. And so integrating things like that makes a lot of sense.
How are you guys funded? Tell me about some of the fundamentals.
So we're actually based in Montreal. We're from San Diego. We moved up to Montreal to work with a startup incubator up there called Year One Labs. It's a very early stage incubator. We're funded by them. Now we're going to start looking for more funding. And so we're just getting started on that. After
are you moving here?
Most likely.
Yeah, that's what happens. Around the world, everybody moves here because all the fun people and fun money is here.
That's true. California, kind of hard to leave. We did it once. Maybe we'll become a bit.
What do you guys want to know about this company? Has anybody tried it here? A few people. Okay, good. And that's how things start, right? They start with a handful of people. People get excited, tell other people about it, and get adoption.
Are there any Android users in the audience? Yeah, one of the things that we're looking for is people help us beta test the Android release that is just about ready to go. So email android@localmind.com.
Is everybody else on iOS?
Another show of hands, possibly?
Wow.
Windows Phone 7?
Yeah, Microsoft employee. Symbian? Yeah, well, you know. I wouldn't admit that in public. Well, thank you so much for joining us for a little talk with us, cool new startup. So thank you very much, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you.